you have to become a safe place for yourself. Often, when we are, as human, looking for safety, we try to get it from the outside world. And we try hard, sometimes decades or whole life, to try to secure who we are, secure in a material way by our work and money and relationships. And we're thinking or believing, because no one really talk about that, that safety is about being protected from circumstances. Be safe means nothing bad happens, or you just getting through life without suffering too much. So what you have to do is to try to control your environment. You need to try to have the best job, more money, the best relationships. You have to lose weight. You have to have a nice body. You have to succeed. You have to do all this stuff. You need to buy a house. You need all those things to maybe finally feel safe. And if you have been going through that, or you are going through that, you probably had maybe notified that it doesn't really feel safe. Sometimes it's even worse. It feels like a trap. It feels like the world is demanding more thing. Every morning you wake up and there is more weight on your shoulders, especially on those modern times where you don't only have to do what you have to do, but you also have to become the best version of yourself. You have to improve yourself. You have to heal yourself. You have to be positive. You have to be spiritual. You have to so many things. And then the result of those dogma is that you start harassing yourself. You start, paradoxically, the more you look for safety, the more you become judgmental with who you are, with your feelings, with your needs, with the simplest thing of you being. When you are trying to accomplish and you are stuck on that rat race of self-improvement and healing and this and that, you become someone who is trying to change, to improve. And by doing that, which sounds quite nice in the marketing, what happens is that you start betraying yourself. You start abandoning yourself. You let yourself down because every time you're not obeying those dogma, when you feel tired, when you feel depressed, when you feel pain, when you feel all those things that you did learn that were wrong. Or if I'm feeling down, it means that there is something wrong. What am I doing wrong? And how could I stop suffering? How could I stop? And then you become someone who use control, violence over yourself. So you might be someone very kind, comprehensive, supportive, with a lot of love for people around you. But when it's come to yourself, you are so rough with the way you deal with your needs, with the way you try to, for some example, you try to lose weight. So you're going to start to restrict yourself. You're going to try to diet. And those diets, of course, work on the short term, but they end up being non-sustainable on the long run. And then when you fail and you finally eat what your body wanted you to eat, or you finally eat just the thing because you needed a little bit of pleasure, then you judge yourself. Then you feel as a failure or a loser. And you're never gonna see it or say it like this because you're just used to it. But let me tell you something. Safety have nothing to do with your circumstances. Safety is so far away from what is going on. Safety is not about protecting yourself. Safety is, in fact, the exact opposite. Safety is for you to become the person you needed the most. Safety, internal safety, is the only safety that exists. Every single safety that you see on the outside world is just an illusion. Because there is rules. And one of these rules is the impermanence rule. Everything, everyone, every situation will change, will disappear, will be removed. So if you put your safety on trying to get things and things to stay how they are, you are gonna suffer a lot because you're trying to resist to the natural dance of life. Life is a movement. And let me tell you something, bad news. The bad news is that suffering is related to being human. So as long as you're alive and human, you will suffer. So terrible things will happen. Things that you can't even imagine will happen. And the question is not how do you protect yourself from, which you can try, but they will happen anyway. The question is, when those things happen, big things of life, as death and things, or smaller things, when those things happen, when after years of trying to diet, you finally gain a lot of weight because your body didn't feel safe enough and needs to gain weight to take the space you don't take on your life. When those things will happen, the question about safety is not, am I feeling pain or suffering? You will. The question is, will you be a safe place for yourself? Will you be a place where you're not gonna be judgmental, violent? Do you gonna abandon yourself? Do you gonna reject who you are? Do you gonna be nice? Like, do you gonna be friendly? At least friendly with yourself on those situations. And being here for yourself is the only security. Security is not saying everything gonna go well, everything gonna go how I want them to go. No, that's not safety. Safety is about saying whatever happened, whenever it happened, the best and the worst, I will be here with myself. You're going to say, what is he talking about? Of course I will be here for myself because I'm just here. No, being here for yourself doesn't mean being on your body or either that. Being here for yourself is embracing the natural dance of life. Being here for yourself is struggle when it's time to struggle, cry when it's time to cry, laugh when it's time to laugh, and be joyful when it's time to be joyful, but accept when you're feeling down. Feel it completely. Leave space for the natural dance of life through you. You are a human being and you have to deal with it, to accept it, to go through that. And whenever those horrible things happen, because they will, you have to be the small, little human being which is on the floor screaming and crying, couldn't believing what is going on and what is happening, because you will be that. But you also, at the same time, have to be the big version, the universal version. I'm talking about your consciousness, your awareness that can grab your hand on the floor and say, my dear friend, my dear human, you can suffer, you can cry, you can go down. I am here. I'm witnessing. I am here witnessing your human experience. You have to become a safe place for yourself. You have internally to become the parent you needed the most, the friend you needed the most, the partner you needed the most. You have to love yourself so deeply that you let yourself be without judgment in an unconditional acceptance, because that is what is true love. And true love is unconditional, and true love, unconditional true love, is the only reason that you can find some type of safety. Thanks for listening. See you on the next episode.